Stark tries to restore the equipment of the Avengers Tower. He asks Thor to use lightning to start the generators. Thor calls a thunderstorm, but the charge turns out to be too high power and Stark's equipment burns down. Hawkeye listens to an old radio he found in the captain's room. The news reports that the villain Absorber is attacking an armored shield truck. Stark and his team go to catch the villain. The Absorber stops the shield truck. Hawkeye shoots him with an arrow with special foam and chains the Absorber to the ground. Stark gives an interview to the assembled journalists, boasting of an easy victory. At this time, Titania gets out of the truck and throws an armored door at Tony. Thor attacks the released Absorber. He catches a hammer and absorbs the power of Asgardian metal. Thor and Barton fight the villains while Tony tries to restore the work of his armor. He fiddles with the suit right in front of the TV cameras. Barton jumps on the Absorber and closes his eyes. The villain crashes into the wall. Thor grabs the Absorber by the legs, spins, and throws it into the sky. Tony finishes the repair and shoots the Absorber with an anti-gravity sphere. The journalist is not impressed by the work of the Avengers. She doubts the ability of the new team to protect people. From the threat of the level of Thanos or Hyperion, Iron Man, Thor and Barton fly back to the tower. Tony tries to fix his suit, but nothing comes out. He decides to try to return the Falcon to the team. The Falcon flies over the city. Stark catches up with him and offers to return to the team. Sam refuses. Stark's suit starts to smoke and he falls. Tony arrives at the Avengers Tower by taxi. Thor meets him at the entrance and Barton. They report that the tower is making strange noises. Tony says he knows who can help them. Stark and the team arrive outside the city. They are attacked by AIEM soldiers. Tony's repulsor stops working again. He is saved by the Ant-Man who appeared. Thor drives away AIEM soldiers. Hank Pym says that the Avengers prevented him, and the villains took away Pym particles with them. Tony asks Hank to help him repair the suit. Pym reduces the Avengers and brings them to his laboratory, hidden in an anthill. While Tony is doing repairs, Clint and Thor get acquainted with the ants and play with them. Hank spots Pym's particles. The Avengers fly after the truck. Pym says that there is someone with a big head in it. Tony realizes that it is Modok. Thor overturns the truck and Modok gets out of it. The villain turns into a giant. Pym says it's time to call all the Avengers, but Tony informs that the Captain, Hulk, Widow, and Falcon left the team. Modok throws Thor into the wall of the building. Stark shoots the villain and he falls on the power lines. Modok absorbs electricity and becomes bigger. Pym says that the particles that Modok stole absorb electricity well. Modok goes to the amusement park and absorbs electricity from the rides. The villain increases in size again. Pym tries to shrink Modok, but Pym's particles and Modok block the action of Hank's shrinking gun. Pym suggests a plan to neutralize the villain. Thor and giant ants attack Modok. At this time, the reduced Iron Man and Hawkeye fly into Modok's head through the ear and penetrate into the brain. Pym tells them that they need to collect all the particles that are concentrated in the villain's brain. Barton collects particles. Stark asks to tie a cable to his armor. Barton flies out of Modok's head. Tony orders Thor to strike a lightning bolt at Clint's arrow with a tethered cable. A charge of electricity passes through Modok's head and through Tony's suit. The suit is charged 100%. Modok begins to shrink. Tony flies out of the villain's head at the last second. Modok shrinks to its normal size. Tony invites Ant-Man to the team and he agrees. Barton calls the S.H.I.E.L.D. and informs about the detained MODOK. Fury is unhappy with the actions of Stark's team. The Captain, the Widow, and the Falcon infiltrate the secret Hydra base. The heroes deal with the guards and enter the Great Hall. A S.H.I.E.L.D. agent is tied up in the center. Fury says that the agent is their target. The Widow frees the agent. The light turns on in the hall and the heroes are attacked by Hydra robots. Fury orders a Gamma X-bomb to be released on the base. The cannon fires and the Hulk flies out of it. The Hulk flies into the hall and rushes at the robots. He smashes the robots to smithereens. The door opens and new robots enter the hall. The heroes return to the aircraft carrier. The S.H.I.E.L.D. agents greet the Hulk. The captain meets with Fury. Nick says that the meeting will be in 20 minutes. At the meeting, Fury talks about a new Hydra device that can destroy the city in a couple of minutes. The released agent says that the device was stolen by the Winter Guard group. The agent says that the device cannot be activated without a special key. He tracked the key to the Hydra base, but he was attacked by the Red Dynamo. The captain says that this time they will take the Hulk with them. Fury warns that they are not the only ones looking for the key. The heroes fly up to the place where the Red Dynamo was spotted. They see that the villain is fighting with Zarda from the Supreme Squadron. The captain orders the Widow to put the plane into invisibility mode so that Dynamo does not see them. Zarda throws Dynamo into the river with a hammer blow. The captain orders to attack. The Hulk and the Falcon are preparing to jump off the plane. The Hulk accidentally hits Sam and he falls down. The Hulk jumps on Zarda. She parries his blow with a hammer. The force of the blow throws her aside. The heroes attack her. Zarda throws a hammer into a nearby bridge on which there is a bus with civilians. The bridge begins to collapse. The captain and the others rush to the rescue of people. Fury orders to ignore the threat to civilians and do dynamo, but the captain does not obey the order. While Hulk is holding the bus, the Widow and the captain are helping people get to safety. Fury tells the captain that millions of lives are now at risk because of disobeying orders. The Widow says she shot Dynamo with a bug. The Avengers track the Dynamo's position. They walk through the snow and find a bug lying on the snow. They are attacked by a Red Dynamo. It melts ice under the heroes' feet and they plunge into icy water. The Hulk jumps out from under the ice and hits the villain. Dynamo shoots the Hulk. He flies away and crashes into the mountain. The captain and the Falcon attack the villain. Dynamo grabs the Falcon and presses it to the ground. The Widow orders him to let Sam go, otherwise she will destroy the key that she stole from the villain's armor. Dynamo throws Sam at the heroes and causes an avalanche with a shot. The Red Dynamo brings the captain, the Widow, and the Falcon to the Winter Guard base. The Red Guardian asks where the Hulk is. Dynamo says that he was covered by an avalanche. The heroes are thrown into the cell. The Red Guardian and the others leave. The Widow, captain, and the Falcon rise to their feet. The Falcon says that Natasha's plan worked. The Widow opens the lock of the camera. The heroes discover the energy source that the Winter Guard was hiding. The wall of the building falls and a Red Dynamo appears. The guard realizes that there is a spy next to them. They tear off the armor from the Hulk. The Avengers engage in battle with the guard. The building begins to collapse and threatens to destroy the village standing at the foot of the mountain. The captain orders the Widow and the Falcon to protect the village from avalanches. He and the Hulk are trying to keep the building from destruction. The Falcon and the Widow stop the avalanche. The Red Guard sees that the Avengers are protecting innocent people and decide to help, but even common efforts are not enough. The Falcon says that it is possible to use an energy source. They and the Red Dynamo return to the source. Dynamo uses the key. A radioactive person turns out to be inside the energy source. A radioactive person touches the Hulk and takes some of his gamma energy. With the help of this energy, he melts the building and saves the village. The Red Guard says they are working for the Russian equivalent of the Shield, but in order to save their friend, they had to disobey the orders of the command. The captain says he understands this. The heroes return to the Shield aircraft carrier. The captain tells Fury that they will no longer work blindly. Nick agrees to these conditions. He says that the next task of the captain's team is to bring the Stark Avengers to the Shield. Dear friends, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel. This is important to me.